What's going on YouTube? Today we got a major transformation, man. My boy Denim, he been telling me that he was gonna cut his dreads off and everything, but I really didn't take it serious. But when he came in the shop today, he was like, "Hey Prince, man, they got to go." So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give my boy a major transformation, man. So the outcome will be fire. So stick around until the end. All right, guys, by him wanting his hair cut down, I didn't know how much, you know what I'm saying, he wanted to cut off. But right now, I'm just having the scissors, and I'm just going back over the hair because, you know, by his hair being so twisted up for so long, I didn't want to just go straight in with the hair pick. So I just want to just pick it out and, you know, everything to make sure everything is at its maximum potential before I proceed to the next step. But, yeah, I just grabbed the scissors and just went over it, and I started picking it. And yeah, we're just gonna follow up with the shape up and everything because, you know, he just I was cutting it down and then he turned around and said I wanted this much off and I wanted that much off, so I really didn't know. So yeah, we're just gonna keep it going. All right, guys. Now, after I get done cutting his hair down, I pick it back out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to, you know, go for the second, you know what I'm saying, transition or, you know what I'm saying, shaping them up. But you see, he just started picking in his head, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, on the slick, man, I hate clients that do that. Every time I pick their hair and I turn around and grab some clippers and stuff, they go to messing it back up. I mean, I did it that way so I can know what to come back to. But you know what I'm saying? It's his head, you know what I'm saying? So each his own. But what I'm doing now, I'm just going a second round because he said he wanted a little bit lower than it was at first because he actually wants the top to match the size because when he came in, his size was lower, so he just wanted me to match the top with the size like I said at first. I'm just shaping this afro up, you know what I'm saying, so I can start with the taper process. After I got done shaping my boy up, you know what I'm saying, I grabbed the 1.5 guard and I started, you know what I'm saying, shaping up that side taper area because, you know what I'm saying, it's a certain stopping point I want to stop at. Then I come back with the cocoa trimmers. I punch my first initial guideline in. And by the way, he did ask for a low taper. So, you know what I'm saying, don't roast me in the comment section saying, Prince, that don't look like no taper. He asked for that taper because, you know what I'm saying, he said he's going to start his reforms back over again, so he just want everything to be all over his head. So yeah, he wanted a low taper, so let's get it. All right, guys, after I punched my first initial guideline in with the cocoa trimmers, then I had grabbed my Stylecraft Instincts. The only thing I'm doing now is just I opened the blade up and I went up a 1/2 inch. And after the 1/2 inch, I started, you know what I'm saying, do a little adjustment play. So I opened it up, went a 1/2 inch, then I started, you know what I'm saying, knocking that line out. Now I have my 1 guard on, and the only thing I'm doing right now is just actually using my corners because by him having a low taper, I had to use, you know what I'm saying, I had to work in small increments just to make that taper as low as possible because he said he just want everything, you know what I'm saying, to grow back the way he wanted to. So therefore, after the 1 open, I closed it, and you know what I'm saying, I started to fank that line out. And after that, I grabbed the 0 guard And I really did actually close the zero guard all the way up. I just opened it up one notch, and you know what I'm saying, just started feathering at that line until I closed into the line, you know what I'm saying, started to disappear. Alright guys, I just want to try something new with my YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying. I'm going to do a little fast forwarding while, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking to you guys, because hey, I feel this right here is real fun. Because usually I'll do a tutorial and then I speed up. But I just want to do a, you know what I'm saying, full speed tutorial just to see how it is, you know what I'm saying. So if you guys like the way I'm doing this tutorial, just let me know in the comment section. But man, this is fire. But I never thought to do that. But yeah. So whatever you do to one side, you want to do with the other side. So what I did, I started off with the 1.5 guard, and you know what I'm saying, I found my shape, you know what I'm saying, so I can have my stopping point. And then I came back in and punched my first initial guideline in with my cocoa trimmers. And after that, I grabbed my Stylecraft Instincts, and you know what I'm saying, I opened them up and went up a 1/2 inch. And after the 1/2 inch, I grabbed the number 1 guard, and I had went up another 1/2 inch, and then I closed it, following behind with the 0 guard. But remember to never close that 0 guard completely. Just open it up one notch and start to feather at that line, and then you can close it until that line start to disappear. So guys, I just want to inform you, whatever you do on both sides, you also follow it up at the back. But the only difference with the back, I kind of went a little higher with the taper, because you know what I'm saying, I want that to flow with the side part of the taper. Now this is my final stage of the shape up, because you know what I'm saying, I'm about to be ready to put the edge up on them. But I just want to make sure everything is laying down evenly. And yeah, he did ask for a low taper, so you're gonna see a little heavy, you know what I'm saying, hair on the vertical bar area, because you know what I'm saying, I got to give him that curvature. So that's the whole point of him wanting this low taper. And guys, I always remember to always start up in the middle with the edge up, because you know what I'm saying, you want to build a diaphragm so you can know that one side is going to be exactly like how you want the other side to be. So always take your time, because you know what I'm saying, just put an imaginary line there before you start the edge up so you can know where your foundation is supposed to be built from. Alright now guys, he did ask for enhancements, so I gave it to him. So don't be roasting me in the comment section talking about Prince. He didn't need no enhancements. His edge up are already black. He asked for it, so I gave it to him. So I gave him the enhancements plus the topic hair fibers, because you know what I'm saying, he said he wanted everything to look full as one. In other words, he wanted that old Steve Harvey edge up. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I did, I grabbed my enhancement gun, and you know what I'm saying, don't spray too much, because like I said, his edge up is already dark in a lot of places. So I'm just actually doing a little retouch up on certain areas. But don't be too heavy on the enhancements. And as you notice on that vertical bar, I kind of like go back into the parietal ridge area and kind of like blend that part in as well. So like I said, always, whatever you do on one side, you do it to the other side. So he wanted me to double up the dose. So what I did, I went back and followed the enhancement with topic hair fibers. I already know his edge up is dark, so he wanted the total detail, so I gave it to him. And another thing, man, I just want to break this down while I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, how to cut hair and all of that. Look, I do not color grade. I shoot straight from the camera. I don't have time to go on no computer and try to make no certain colors for my videos to pop out, because me, I think that's cheating. So what I want to do, I just want to show you guys how it comes straight from the camera, instead of me, you know, putting it on Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro and all of that right there, man. I'm just coming straight out the camera, bro. So I just slap my SD card in my computer, I upload it to CapCut, and I render it, and this is what you get right here. So in other words, I don't want you guys to say, hey Prince, the video is too dark. I'm just showing you guys how I do it. I'm the originator, you know what I'm saying? So let's keep it going. Now, I'm not trying to bash any other barber that do color grading when they're, you know what I'm saying, editing their videos, but I just want to show you guys how Black Prince the Barber do it, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm into computers and all of that stuff like this, softwares and apps, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying, that much into cheating to show you guys a quality cut. So in other words, when I tell you I want to show you guys quality, I want to show you guys what's coming straight out of the camera instead of, you know what I'm saying, upgrading my footage to computers and, you know what I'm saying, cheating to show you guys a better cut. Man, I do not do that. No Photoshop here.